Here we go. Stream is started. It's a pretty short recap this week because most of last week was taken up by combat. We'll say let's go 10 points on your points cards tonight. Is anybody spending points? I think everybody did the big spends last week.
Just had a
I'm
question.
trading.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had a question. Can I trade in a Grand Charm? I'm not quite sure if that was something we could do.
You can for 50 you can re-roll a Grand Charm.
Okay. Might do that next time then. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm rolling for Grand Charm.
Okay.
Sorry, how many points did you say?
10.
I would also like to roll for a Grand Charm.
Okay. And Brunk, are you rolling for any kind of charms? Or things?
Hold on. I literally just got logged in.
Okay.
Okay, well, I might as well get a new Grand Charm. If everyone else is getting a charm. I don't want to be left out, you know?
It's important not to be.
I mean, you only need 30 points to get a Grand Charm or a talent point. Or skill point, I should say.
I just feel like I have a lot of charms, and they have been no help to me so far. So I don't know if I keep rolling for charms.
I'm not planning on spending anything tonight, no.
Okay. I mean, with the regular charms, you can burn 3 charms to roll for a new regular one.
I got a whole bunch of regular ones, though.
Yeah.
And they're not bad. I just haven't I haven't remembered that they're there to use them.
Yeah.
Where is the skill the new skill thing again?
At the top of your character sheet, you should see an option that says skill tree.
Ah. There it is. Yes.
Okay, so Nerissa, you're rolling for a Grand Charm? Okay. Wait, nobody rolled for Grand Charms last week? Was everybody waiting for the points? Maybe I'm thinking of Wednesday. Did we just roll Grand Charms on Wednesday? Like a bunch of Grand Charms?
We rolled.
Yeah, we did.
I re-rolled a Grand Charm like last week or the week before.
Mm-hmm.
The week before, I think. Right before we started the big combat, because I wanted to swap out the Polar Spirit one.
Yeah. No, I think like the very last session we did, and I think maybe even Sunday. The last time we did Sunday, they might have gotten some Grand Charms too. There's been a lot of
which turned out to be a very smart decision on my part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with Nerissa. Nerissa's getting a Grand Charm. It is the Grand Charm of Fate. When another creature that you see within 60 feet of you makes an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, you can roll a d10 and apply the result as a bonus or penalty to the roll. And once you use this boon, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Jesus, you also are getting a Grand Charm?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Grand Charm of Fortitude. Your hit point maximum increases by 40.
Holy crap.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Guess who the tank has just become?
I'm gonna hide behind Jesus in every fight now.
The fucking barbarian. It's
Yeah.
just like, no. And did you say you're re-rolling a Grand Charm?
Yeah.
Or
Okay. So it's 30 points to re-roll one that I have, and 10 points.
It's 50 points to re-roll a Grand Charm.
Okay, and then how much just to get a new one?
To get a new Grand Charm, it's 100.
Okay, so I will re-roll one of my Grand Charms.
Okay, which Grand Charm are you re-rolling?
So I don't want this Grand Charm of Natural Immortality.
Okay.
I'd rather just die of old age.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
I can throw that back.
It doesn't seem helpful at the moment. So, do I do anything, or are you doing things on your end?
I'm gonna do a thing on my end. Give me a second here.
Okay, cool.
Natural immortality. So that goes back into the pool.
I'm gonna get it right back, I betcha.
Actually, hold on. Let me lock it for a second here, so because you're right, we don't want you to roll it again.
Please don't give it to me again. I don't want it again.
Hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
So your new grand charm is a grand charm of legendary resistance. Once per long rest, if you fail a saving throw, you can succeed instead.
That's better. Thank you so much.
And
That's much better.
I will
Much better.
I'll throw natural immunity back into the pool, and you can delete it from your character sheet.
Okay, great. And remove the points here. This leaves me with 30. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's all from me.
Perfect. I think that's it for everybody. I rolled the things for everybody. Everybody's good with what they got now. Okay. When like last session, we started off mid combat. You finished off the first wave of shadow beasts, and a couple more showed up. You take them out pretty easily as well. I mean, there were some dicey moments. Brunk, I thought was going to die. I thought for sure he was done for. But you managed to get past them. We're very strategic. Even taking down the Shadow Cerberus much faster than the other ones, as it formed and attacked you guys. After defeating the Cerberus, what is left behind? Like everybody was, you managed to get everybody to the bunker safely, and fend off these creatures. And what was left behind was another one of those splodges of shadow, just like Pest, the little shadow that became Rosalia's pet. And Rosalia's pet interacted with this other splodge of shadow and almost like evolved and formed into this little shadow paw pup.
Oh, right. He's so cute.
Additionally, it looks like there was an ancient item inside this creature as well, which was it resonates the same way that the crown did, that Jesus had found. It has that same kind of like dark, foreboding aura, and it's this shield that with the skull on the front that has like it almost like emanating shadow, and it almost looks like it's made from bone, but it looks like whatever like the skull is, it looks like it's made from the same bone of whatever monster this skull came from. That is right now laying in the center there, like right where the monster dropped it. Once everybody was kind of given the all clear, everything was safe, the townspeople started to come back out, surveyed the damage to the door. It doesn't look like any more shadows are trying to get in right now. It looks like most of them are still swirling around Mercana. So it seems like there's like a moment of safety, but getting a barrier back up is definitely a huge priority. But the townsfolk kind of like go and kind of assess the damage within the town, which was minimal because you guys did a really great job of taking down things as they entered. All of like your battlements and stuff are still up around the town. And at present, it's probably about, we'll say, a half an hour later after the battle. Everybody can heal themselves back up to full health if they haven't already, but don't take like a long rest on your character sheet. Ketterman Barley would have gone around with the other clerics and healed people up as much as possible. They would have kind of covered any other damage with healing potions so that everybody would be healed, even the townsfolk. at present, you guys are gathered in front of the statue of Rottooth. All of the townsfolk are in their various like houses and stuff like that, like checking things out, making sure nothing was disturbed or destroyed, getting ready to combine their efforts to repair the shield wall. Nobody goes near this shield. It hasn't been touched yet. It just sits there, like it with this frightening presence of its own. Kind of keeping people at bay, except for Rosalia, who is fairly close by with Pest, not really bothered by it being there, but is instead distracted by Pest, trying to, basically treating it like a puppy, like trying to teach it tricks and stuff. And yeah, so you guys, you've reconvened, and what do you do from here? What is your next steps?
Sorry, this skull thing that was dropped by evil ghost Cerberus. No one has touched it except Rosalia, or like, do we still need to go investigate it?
Nobody has touched it. Rosalia, when I mentioned Rosalia, it's specifically because, like, she will go near it, but in the way that she's not really paying attention to it. Like, she's too distracted by the dog. So, like, if she gets close to it, nothing really happens, but, like, she kind of, like, skips around it as she's chasing the dog, trying to teach it a trick, or, like, trying to, like, make it behave, or, like she's just enamored by Pest in this dog form.
Adorable. I will minor illusion like a ball, and like throw it for the dog. As I walk over to, I'm gonna walk towards the skull. I'm just gonna call it a skull because I don't know what else to call it. Skull pile.
It's a shield. It's a shield.
And okay, sorry. So I'm gonna go over to the shield and with one of my javelins, just kind of like poke it.
When you get within like 5 feet of it, nothing happens, but you do go to poke it, and it's almost like there's like these like tendrils of shadow that like come and like try to grab onto the spear and like kind of like wash through it.
Yeah, I'll take 3 steps, very large steps back.
As you're stepping back, because you did get that close, you feel. There's nothing that, like, makes you take the shield, but you do feel it drawing you towards it. Like, you feel a compulsion, and you hear a whisper in your head saying, "Take me. Do it."
Yeah, I'm gonna step back and be like, okay, so when I first started with you guys, there was something about, like, a cursed crown talking to Jesus, and this thing's starting to talk to me, so I don't know what its deal is, but it seems bad.
Oh yeah, don't touch it. It will probably also be cursed. I might have something for this though, and then I'm gonna like spider crawl over to it. And can I cast Identify?
Oh yeah, Turtle Man.
Carruthers. Will it tell us anything? Like, will Carruthers tell us anything about it?
You summon Carruthers. Carruthers takes one look at the shield, and he's like, "Don't touch that."
What is it?
It's like, Nerissa, you can't, like, don't go near that. Don't touch it.
Okay, we won't touch it, but what is it?
He says, "I can't." Okay, so here's the thing. I can't tell you what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't have any history on it. I've never remember that crown? Remember that crown you had? The thing that Jesus wore that like that was bad, was like no good. The same like bad vibes are coming off of that thing, and I don't want to be near it right now. Like I feel kind of sick trying to identify it.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I don't need to get sick. So here, take a step back.
Yeah,
sorry. Just when you talk to Carruthers, we also hear what Carruthers is saying, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just a thing that only? Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Right.
How crazy do I seem to everyone right now?
Yeah, I just like didn't know if we could like I couldn't remember if we could see him and also hear the information. As Carruthers says, like, don't go near. I'm like fully taking out. I'll go like gather a bunch of like shields and rope, and I'm gonna start to make like a perimeter around the other shield. Just be like, everybody step back. Everybody just like I'm gonna start to like rope off the perimeter of this object.
Excellent. So I know
sorry. So like, Carruthers does have to like mechanically it doesn't work like that, but like for our flavor, Carruthers does have to get up to the shield to be able to kind of like pour over it and observe it and kind of recall his knowledge. And as he pulls away and says like, I feel like it's making me feel sick, you can see that the shadow tendrils that like had wrapped around your spear have reached out and started to like wrap around Carruthers' legs and start to crawl up his body until he like pulls away and like it snaps those tethers.
Oh yeah. Don't even get near it, everybody.
He kind of like hacks and he's like, Nerissa, I'm real sorry, but I can't. I gotta go.
Oh.
And he disappears.
Yep, nope. All right, everybody stay away from this. I'm just like banging posts around. Nobody go near this. All right, the turtle said so. We're just gonna.
Okay.
What did you guys do when we had the crown? Was it similar to this?
Jesus put the crown on.
Jesus, were you engulfed by shadow tentacles when it happened?
I don't remember tentacles, but I remember it did make me put it on. I touched it. I willingly touched it, and it made me put it on. That was a fun time.
Yeah. We had to try and convince him not to kill us several times.
Oh, fun.
Yes. Yeah. So like, don't touch it.
Okay. Do we have anything? I'm like, and over the game talk. Do we have any like kind of like dispelling agents, or anybody have any type of things that could be applied to this shadow shield within our own party?
Jesus, what did you do to get rid of the crown?
I used the scroll to break the curse.
Used a scroll. What scroll was it? Do you remember?
I can't remember specifically what it was called. It was just like a break curse scroll. I can't remember what it was specifically called.
Okay.
I bought it in the town when we reached shore from the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that now. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. Well, is this Rotcroft's problem, this evil shield? Are we just gonna leave it here? Do we want this shield? Do we want to figure a way to touch it?
I don't
We need a
think
place
we
to
should.
store it and keep it.
I was gonna ask,
Away from
would I
people.
be able to get it into my bag of holding without touching it?
Ooh.
What if Jesus attaches the bag of holding to my javelin, and then we kind of just like scoop it from afar? What if we like just make like a very long stick with a bag on the end of it, and we kind of just,
Like we're making like a butterfly net for it.
Yes.
Like
What if we make a butterfly net out of a bag
a
of holding
really
and like multiple javelins, and we kind of just extendo rod it to the shield.
I like the idea of this. I mean, you got an artificer between the three of you, or like between the party.
Wait. Hold on. I have a fishing rod. What if we just attach to the end of the fishing rod and we just like... Uh-huh.
I just want to point out if we tear the bag of holding, it destroys the bag.
Oh.
Okay, yes, bad plan. Well, is there like a little like handle? Like, is it like a bat? What does the bag of holding look like?
The plain sack that stretches to what I need to put into it.
With just like a rope tie?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, Jesus, it would have been more helpful if it was a backpack.
Um. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, I got them.
I need.
Can we put it? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just asking if we like. Is it feasible to even put it in the bag of holding before I go waste time on being a chaos demon?
Could be.
Okay. I'm gonna leave my fishing rod here. I'm gonna pass it to Nerissa and just be like, maybe you can figure out something if that's a safer way to do that. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna go try to find... Who do I want to find? I want to find the lady that had the store. I'm sorry, I don't remember their name. Ellie was muted, so I don't know. I just heard her in the background.
Oh, Jenny Greenteeth. Where is she?
I don't think she's with us. I think she stayed at the Oasis.
Yeah, no, I thought so too.
No, the other lady that sold shields. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. She just
the
had
shield
shields.
lady.
She didn't have potions.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to find shield lady.
No.
Maybe I'll go find blacksmith dude and see if he has like a crate or something from materials or shipment that then this could like go in if it doesn't go in the bag of holding.
Before that, I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw from everyone, please.
For me? Why? What did I do? I haven't done nothing.
From everybody.
Why?
Because I said so.
Is it because we didn't step far enough back from the shield?
No, I have clearly labeled the shield. No one can go near it. I'm gonna use my new charm and pass right. Burn my new charm.
Automatic pass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to re-roll that.
Yeah. Everybody should have their inspiration for the day.
Oh, I forgot I had inspiration. Can I burn my inspiration first?
Sure.
Before using my charm.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I die.
Brunk, are you re-rolling or are you gonna keep the fail there? You're muted.
I was trying to make an adjustment. Oh. Is anybody within... Hold on. Shit. Brain. Anybody within 10 feet of me gets +5 to their saves.
Ooh.
Yeah, baby. I think we're all chilling beside each other.
That's important to know.
Just FYI.
That's fantastic. Is that since you leveled up?
Yes, the aura protection for the paladin.
That is so dope.
I don't know why it's not adding it to my... thing, though.
Oh, that's the shield?
Yeah.
That's badass.
Well, it's not adding it, but... So it would have been a 12 the first time, and this time around it is an 18.
Yeah, because of your plus is the only reason Fletcher passes here. You all once again hear that whisper of pick me up, take me, bond with me. And you all like
Shut up, shield.
Yeah, you all like kind of like shrug
Yell
off that
back.
voice like no fucking way. Like
Nerissa, do you have any does anyone have a pen and paper and parchment?
Pen and paper and parchment?
That's a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
I want to make a sign that says "Don't listen to the shield" and post it on one of my little on my little rope. I just wanted to say "Don't listen to the shield."
Hilarious. I'm sure somebody in the town will have that.
Yeah,
Anyone
I'm
have
gonna
a
go
pen and
around
paper?
Yeah, it's very important.
Some paint and some wood? Anything.
Is anybody in town hearing this?
Yeah, everybody in
do we
town
notice
is hearing this.
Like, is this are we seeing that it's affecting or attempting to affect anybody in town?
Yeah, does anyone, can I do like or can we do investigation checks to like see if anyone's like about to go pick it up or anything?
Oh no, nobody. The townsfolk don't go near it.
Okay. Oh, it's just they're hearing us, but they're not hearing the
shield. Right, correct.
Oh,
I made a very important VIP area around it, and everybody obviously respects ropes.
I'm sure that's it.
I don't want this thing. I don't know about you guys, but like I don't like it. I don't like anything that has to do with these shadow creatures. I don't love anything except that like comes from them, except this adorable dog. Minor illusion again, another ball for him to chase. And I personally don't feel like we're in a town of shields. What's so special about this shield other than the fact that it looks like it could kill us?
Well, I feel like you kind of hit the nail on the head there, bro.
The last time you took one of these things, Jesus nearly killed all of you, is what I'm hearing.
Wait.
So I think we need like
Jesus to be
a safe way to get rid of this.
Jesus, you still have the crown, right?
Yeah, it's in my bag of holding.
Oh.
I don't like the sound of that hoe. I don't think we should put the shield in the bag of holding as well. I don't think we should put them together.
Yeah, yeah.
Put my fishing rod back in my bag.
You have worn the crown, Jesus. You see something the others don't. You see like the very slightest spectral tether that looks like a shadow that is connected to the shield from the crown. Like from your bag of holding, you can see something connecting or like resonating with it.
Oh shit.
Maybe Jesus needs Jesus maybe Jesus needs dispelled. Dispelled. Can you put the crown on now without killing us?
Probably not. I have another scroll to get it off in case of an emergency, but like I trust you guys, so I won't want to kill you guys, but it might not be the same for the townsfolk of Rotcroft. I might murder hobo them.
I'm just wondering because, like, I guess, do you communicate this, like, spectral thing since you're the only one? Like, do you communicate what you're seeing about the light and the connection to the crown and shield?
Yeah, I would tell you guys that I see this.
I'm wondering if you put the crown on, if it gives you some like space helmet ability to then like grab the shield. Like I wonder if they like need to be like in tandem, like work in tandem with each other in some way. So like a King Arthur deal, right? Like the wearer of the crown is the wielder of the shield, like that kind of vibe.
No, I'm not. I'm not putting the crown back on.
Yo,
I
great. Also fine.
no. That's a terrible plan. Sorry.
No, all
Sorry.
good. I'm spitballing.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Well, my next plan is just to encase this thing in metal and walk away. So just get like blacksmith dude, walls surround it. Nobody touch this thing.
This possessed shield, I'm assuming it counts as like an item, or it since it's possessed and has a scully looking face, could it maybe potentially be a creature, or what is it?
You're pretty sure it's an item.
Okay.
Sussed it out, huh?
Yeah. I have this charm. It's the respite charm. And it says you and up to 6 other willing creatures. Oh, it has to be willing. It probably wouldn't be willing to be trapped inside of a fucking opaque gem. Never mind on that idea.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go find Pederman then. Maybe he can like word of radiance on this shield so we can get to touch it. Like maybe if we do something like that, unless anybody else has any ideas.
I mean, I don't think we need Pederman for that. Brunk has a bunch of radiance stuff too. But like,
Okay, yeah.
if you cast radiance stuff at it, does anything happen?
Just it didn't happen. Just like shoot like a little, like
like-
out of your.
Seems like oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna
Hey,
say
yeah.
if Ketterman knows a greater restoration spell, maybe then one of us can touch it to see what happens, and he would be able to at least get it off us.
I don't know,
touch
maybe.
it, but Ketterman needs to be like here. Like bring Ketterman to the vicinity. But Brunk, can you shoot something at it to see what happens?
What do you mean, like shoot something at it?
Earlier when you were, shooting like magical white light at the creatures, and that was doing like, I don't know, like a shit ton of damage to them. It seemed like that really had an effect on like the shadow creatures. So I was wondering if like you could do that, but to the shield, and to see if anything happens to it. Unless you think that's a bad idea. Fletcher's just gonna rock back on his heels. He's just like, I don't know, man.
What happens if I try to cast? Does that have to be? I'd have to touch it. That's not gonna work.
Does Lyric have anything that she can cast from afar on it at it?
Nah.
She's right.
Sorry,
I don't think we've met. Also,
she kind of like floats in front of your face. Just
me.
Nah.
Is she floating to me?
She's like floating in front of your face. Like, la. She kind of like holds her hand
I'm gonna,
out. And like,
yeah, I'm gonna only hold my like hand out for like a little tiny handshake.
She
pleasure to meet you.
Shakes your finger. She's like la 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 la, and Brunk would be able to translate as my name is Lyric.
I will. I'll take my like hat off and give her like a deep and like formal bow, like put my hat to my chest and be like, Fletcher Huck, servant of the bomb squad of the forest. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
She just bows as well.
Thank you for. You fought very honorably earlier.
Yeah.
Anytime you'd like to sit, I'll put my hat back on. Anytime you ever want to, take a ride or have just like a little, if you ever get tired of flying, you just, my brim is always welcome to you.
She said, la 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 la, and that translates as, no, it's fine, and she sits down on Brunk's shoulder.
Why does nobody like me? I don't
And he
know.
just kind of looks at you. He's like, "Jeez,
I've been so friendly to everybody, and nobody wants to talk to me. Like,
Fletcher, this one's not on you.
I don't really think it's that you're unfriendly. It's that she and I have history, and she's kind of attached. And
She's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I like him, but I like him. He's fine, but I like sitting on you more. You know?
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, don't take it personal. It's all good.
You hear Goblin Slayer from his house be like, I like you, Fletcher.
Thank you.
See, there you go.
I'm having a rough day. So, plan?
Rosalia's like, come pet my dog, and she's like running with it.
Yeah, 1,000%. I'm done. Like, I have given a lot of options. I'll touch it if Hedman Barley can restorate me and make sure I don't die.
The dog?
Ketterman doesn't.
No,
Ketterman
the
doesn't
shield.
know.
How heavy does the shield look?
Yeah.
It looks aside from how gnarly it looks, it still looks like a standard like heater shield. Like it's about a medium size, right?
But like if we got maybe like a young man named Tyler and his mage hand, could he touch up and lift the shield? Like, is it heavy enough?
Are you asking me if the shield is 10 pounds or less?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what
Fully.
It is a six.
Well, I mean, most shields are probably 10 pounds or less. So
shield weight 5e. Tell me your secrets. It says a standard shield weighs 6 pounds, so we're gonna go with 6 pounds. It's not any bigger or like the material. If it's bone, so if anything, it might be a little bit lighter than your standard shield.
Okay, so in theory, Tyler, I don't remember, Trevor, who is the young dude, the young little man with the...
I was like, who the fuck is Tyler?
What's his actual name? He comes after. What's his...
I want to say it was
You
like
know who I
his actual
mean.
name
Does
is
everyone
fucking
understand who
Tyler.
I mean?
Didn't
He could mage hand.
Hold on, let me see.
He
I'm
could
pretty
mage
sure
hand
I
the
renamed him.
shield.
I renamed him Tyler or Trevor.
Oh yeah, Tyler or Trevor. Yeah, one of them.
His name was Finn, by the way.
It was Finn, yeah.
I'm terrible with names. I'm so sorry. We didn't really have a chance to meet ahead of time before the battle kicked off. I will try to work on that. But in theory, he could mage hand the shield into the bag of holding.
If he knew mage hand, probably.
I have mage hand.
Oh, I thought he had it. I'm sorry.
Finn's a cleric.
I have it. That's why I was asking about it.
So, like, looking over, so Finn, both of the foxes, Finn and Fennec, are in the ring right now talking to Captain Crunch, who has been healed.
Oh, yeah. I want to talk to him.
But he also, he's a cleric. He does not know mage hand.
I'm sorry. I thought I couldn't remember who it was that we used the mage hand to, like, pour a bucket of water on the guy earlier.
It was Niles.
Niles.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I had those mixed up. But yeah, I guess in theory, then, Nerissa, you could mage hand the shield into the bag of holding.
Can I? Can I cast Mage Hand and have my Mage Hand come out and like thing it from the Addams family its way slowly towards the shield and see if the shield affects the hand or affects me through the hand?
It doesn't affect you, but it does. Like the mage hand isn't like a physical thing to latch onto.
No, but I'm picturing just
yeah,
like a
yeah.
ghostly
Which it is.
hand.
Which it is. Like the identify
Yeah.
spell. The identify spell is the same way, where it's not actually a physical thing. Like it's a like
Yeah.
here in our story, it's a manifestation of an actual person that you know. But so like in the same way that like how it appears that your magic manifests. Flash, can I get you to mute, please?
I'm sorry.
No worries. In that same way where like Crothers manifests into almost like a hard light physical being, the hand kind of does the same thing where it like kind of comes out and crawls out, does the thing and crawls up towards it, and you do notice that the same thing starts happening. It does pick up the shield, it lifts it up and raises it, and as it does, the shadow tendrils kind of start spiraling around the fingers and then down the hand until like the arm and everything, the spectral, like that whole spectral arm is covered in shadow. It still obeys your commands. Like nothing bad appears to happen aside from the fact that the shadows are trying to take it over. They're not succeeding. It's not a thing. It doesn't have consciousness. It's an extension of your magic. So what you're seeing is the shield. Sorry, you're muted there.
So like the shield isn't like trying to hijack my spell, right? Like is it able to hijack my spell?
It's trying it's trying to take over what's holding it. Basically, like the shadows, it appears like whatever touches it, the shadows try and latch on to and take over.
Okay.
But
like the spell is still listening to me though.
It's still listening
so
to
I
you.
can like move the shield around.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anything happen if I move it slowly towards the bag of holding, like closer to the crown? Does it like start like flipping out or anything? I don't know.
For you, no, but for Jesus, yes. The closer you get it to the bag of holding, the larger that thread gets.
I think we need to abort this. That thing I was seeing is getting bigger.
Say no more, and I just like instantly like mage hand it away again. Yoink.
Can we have Ketterman come over? And I just want to see if it like he's like a strong cleric. I'm just like curious if like it reacts in any kind of way to any of like his holy symbols, or I don't know.
He's like, I'm no Obertus, but I'm a decent cleric.
Oh, don't beat yourself up. You were so good, Jerry. Now look at you.
Oh, but no, when I say, I mean, Obertus is the reason this church even exists. I wish he was here for this.
There seems to be a lot of people who we wish were here but aren't here. Speaking of which, we should talk to that Crunch man.
Captain Crunch?
Ketterman, have you ever encountered an item like this? I mean, just
where is the shield right now?
It's very yeah. I don't know if you're holding it still.
It's still in the mage hand, but it is like I put it back where I took it from.
It's
in like
safely behind ropes.
Yeah. Quick question though. Did you say there's a church here?
Yeah, that whole building behind you is a church, or like that was behind Ketterman Barley as a church.
Weird thought. Does the shield, like, would it react to being in the church? Would it be affected by like all the holy stuff going on in there?
That's what I was kind of like, yeah, kind of the same path that I was thinking about going down with Ketterman, of like, does it react to any kind of like holy symbols? And we just see like, I'm assuming Ketterman Barley has some kind of holy symbol that's from this church. Could he like? Can we get
What if we just put
close?
it in the church?
He kind of looks. He's like, I mean, it's an interesting theory, but I don't think it's like a vampire or anything. It's like
we don't know what it is.
It looks like a shield.
It could be a vampire shield. We don't know.
You know what?
And then I guess it'd be like, have you ever seen a shield do this? And then the mage hand just rolls up again, and it's just a shadow.
He's like, no.
And it doesn't like. It came from something that didn't like radiant damage, which is usually pretty holy based, from my understanding.
He says, let me try something. And he walks up and he starts, like, whispering words to his god. And you watch as the words that come out start reverberating this, like, glowing... It's like a goldish purple that visibly reverberates from his mouth and kind of, like, surrounds him as he nears the shield. And the shield seems to have a reaction from the radiant damage in the way that, like, those shadow tendrils kind of recede for a period of time, but like it's like once he stops speaking and finishes, he's just using word of radiance. Once he finishes with that and backs up again, those tendrils start to form again.
What if we built it a cage and we cast some sort of radiant spell on the cage, or if we had like an item or something that like I could include in the cage that does like radiance? What if we built a cage inside the church and put it in there to like weaken it and keep it safe and away from everybody while we figure shit out?
Well, I was wondering if Ketterman Barley like redoes that, and then can Carruthers identify it while the tendrils are down?
I don't know. Is that something that would work, DM?
You try to call it back on Carruthers, and your spell doesn't work.
Oh no, I hope he's okay. Can I like use my communication crystal to text his wife and be like, "Is Carruthers okay?" Last time he was out, I asked how his wife is doing, so we are on good terms.
I'm pretty sure when you asked how his wife is doing, he did say, "What wife?"
His third one.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Brunk, do you have any ideas on what we could do here? I'm sort of scratching my head, and
Are you still holding the shield up with the mage hand?
Yeah.
As it like is kind of like moving and hovers up, Pest jumps and like grabs it like it's a fucking frisbee and starts running around with it.
Roselia, can my mage hand yank it back?
Roselia, you're trying to mage hand it back?
Yeah.
You go to tug on it and like he stops and he's like, ugh.
I'm gonna minor illusion a like giant shadow bone. Or like a bone. I'm gonna minor illusion like a dog bone. And be like, trade. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Give me an animal handling check. Slowly like lowers and drops it. And then starts kind of, but like, you see tails wagging?
I'm gonna like throw it into another direction.
Fucking like turns and spins and like chases after this bone. Chases after the bone, and Roselia's like, I got him, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna take. I have so much rope. I'm gonna give her more rope to like make him a leash.
She goes to try and make a leash and like lasso it around his neck and gets it around, and you watch as like still like kind of like an ooze like just like slides through it, like it's like it like drags through his neck, but like the goo just kind of like reforms his body as it like pulls out. She's like,
Fletcher's
okay,
just
that
gonna, like-
didn't work.
Okay, give me my rope back at least. I'm gonna put it back in my bag. And then I'm just gonna like fully pinch my like nothing I'm doing is working. Nothing I'm doing is helping. I don't have any information about what the fuck these things are. I can't seem to get any more information. And everything wants to just kill me ever since I got here. So I'm having it. He's going through it. I don't know what else to do with it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna just sit down. I'm just gonna sit down with my axe and be like, I'm here to support you guys. Whatever you want to do is cool with me. Every idea I've had so far is just not getting us any farther. So you let me know what you want to do.
She's like, the dog listened to you, if that helped.
Brunk walks over to Fletcher and like sits down next to him and like throws an arm around him and like pulls him in real tight with a hug. It's like, it's okay, bro. Everything's been trying to kill me lately too. I get it. You want to hug it out?
Maybe later. You just I think Fletcher is at this point Fletcher has been incredibly friendly and happy and very go-getter this whole time. And I think that you're starting to see that when he goes in his rage, his eyes flame purple. And I think you're starting to just see that stay a little bit longer in his eyes and just becoming a little bit more standoffish because he's just so frustrated in this moment of not being able to get answers and is just so mad.
You sit down. Brunk gives you a kind of pull in and offers you a hug, and as you're kind of just working through your stress here, you hear, "Look out below!"
Hate this place. I'm not even gonna look up. He's gonna go deadpan forward and just be like, I hate this place. And whatever happens. It can land on me for all I care.
Landing in front of you with two so you see two guys dressed very roguishly, we'll say. That are under each arm of a man dressed in green emerald plate mail, with a spear on his back and dashing good looks. He's not wearing the helmet here. I wonder if I can show the token. Can I show you the token? Yeah. And I won't make you roll a history check. You have been in Mercana. You know that this man is the leader of the Monster Hunters Guild. His name is Plat Dragoon. He lands and he drops these two guys, and they kind of both tuck and roll beside him. He looks and he's like, "Is everybody okay?"
You just see Fletcher just kind of crying, kind of angry on the ground, being like, oh no, man. I don't know.
He looks over and Goblin Slayer looks up and gives him a nod and he's like, "Hey, old timer." Platt nods back and he's like, "You're older than me. What do you what does that mean?" He looks at you guys and he's like, he kind of does a double take. Where are your slimes right now? Are they all out with you, or?
Baloney has crawled into my lap and I'm just holding him.
He's like, are you guys the expedition crew?
Yeah. I guess.
Your acting guildmaster Pocket sent me to check on Rotcroft. It's like, looks like you handled everything here. We saw the shadows coming, or knew they were.
I just want to be clear. I did get parchment and paper, and there is a sign that says, "Don't listen to the shield. Do not touch," on the rope. So these idiots do not touch it.
Both of these guys looking like, oh, Rotcroft, finally we've made it. We have a message for Niles Nilbog. Where is he?
Last I saw, he was in the safe bunker. Really quick, before you came in, did you see any sign of any more of those shadow things outside of the barriers?
Platt's like, oh, well, we jumped over because we didn't know if it was safe to come through the door. It seems like most of the shadows have started to cascade back towards Mercana. They've gathered again in like whatever ring that they're making. We've managed to fend them off on the inside. That's kind of why we're here. We've made a defense against. It's temporary, but and he walks up. Like all three of them walk up. And they hand each of you 3 of these glowing golden vials. Hold on. The guild's been working hard to see if we can do anything about these guys or these monsters. This is the best we've come up with so far, but you know, we're still working with the other guilds to see if we can concoct something better. And what he gives you is like, these are sunburst vials. You should be able to use them to enchant your weapons with radiant damage, but limited uses.
Okay. Amazing.
We've got enough to spread out throughout the town so that the people here can be better protected. And I'm gonna stick around for a while as well. To help out, because I'm sorry we didn't make it in time, but I'm really happy that you guys are safe.
Thank you for coming.
You can thank him, and he points over to Goblin Slayer.
Called in for backup, huh?
Yeah, believe it or not, before he moved here, he used to work for the guild, for the Monster Hunters Guild.
Amazing.
Yeah, but of course, Rottooth with his shields. It's like, you can come back at any time, buddy.
Amazing.
Brunk gets this quizzical look on his face, and he's like, "Where is Rottooth?"
Lyle looks up. This guy here looks up, and he's like, "Oh, that's actually what we're here to talk to Niles Nilbog about. Rottooth and his team went inside the castle. There's something really wrong going on at Castle Brom.
Up north?
Up north, yeah. I'm a little ashamed to say, but we were a part of a group of bandits that attacked Rottooth and his gang, and they...
And you survived?
They took us in. We didn't know what we were getting into. The guy who was leading us was bad news from the start, and we were just trying to make some money to survive, and we didn't want to get into what they were getting into, and Rottooth, and it was Frida, and Galid, and like, you watch as like, as they're mentioning these names, Gregory, when they say Galid, kind of like perks up and looks at his gun. He's like, and Obertus, like, it's a group, the group. So they're in trouble. They went into the castle. They told us to come here, to warn you guys about what was going on. it seems like there's like robots. There's like these crazy robots that are patrolling everything. Like, you can't get in. Oh yeah, sorry. I was telling you about the battle. The reason why we're even with the group. Ratu and the group of them just destroyed the people that were like the other thieves. And asked, and we decided to join them. So they sent us here to help and also to warn you guys. But we went to Mercana first and got trapped in the city and ran into Platt. And he got us here. But yeah, so where is Niles Nilbog?
Last I saw, he was in the bunker.
Where might that be?
That way.
They both like they rush off to head that way.
Wait, can I do an insight check while they're talking
Sure,
on these guys?
you absolutely can.
Great. I'm on the ground with my hat on my face. This man mentioned robots, and that Fletcher just lies down. Oh, I don't fucking know.
Platt's like, yeah, it seems pretty serious. I haven't been to Brom, but it sounds like there's something weird going on there too, with the king. The cleaning crew group there, it appears they haven't been able to communicate with us. All of our communications are down right now because of these shadow things. You're Fletcher, right? Points to you.
Not even. I'm still have my like hat, and I'm just gonna go. What's it to you?
He's like, I met an old couple coming into Mercana with some kids. You their Uncle Fletcher?
At this, I'm gonna like jump up, grab this man by his collar, be like, "What do you know? Where are my nephew and niece?"
You go to grab him by his collar, and he catches your hands and squeezes them hard and drops them down. He's like, "Let's cool it."
Can I make an opposed strength check against him? I don't want to do
Absolutely.
that.
I would love to. Yeah, let's do it.
That's just roll.
He rolls terrible. You gotta beat a 7.
Well,
Oh, you match a 7.
there. I'll let him with the match. I'll let him put my hands down.
Okay, yeah, he's
But it's hard.
like, yeah. He struggles, but he's still like, let's take a beat here. I'm not here to hurt. I'm here to help. And I just wanted to tell you that they're fine.
What news do you have of my family?
They're fine. They're at the cleaning crew headquarters.
That's terrible news. I already knew that. I'm gonna walk away. I'm just gonna turn away.
It's like they're safe.
Yes, I know. The gem told me that. You pass my crystal because they called me before, right? I'm not just making that up.
They left you a message.
Yeah, and they told me they were at the thing.
Yeah, and
But this man has no new information for me. I'm leaving. I'm storming off. I'm storming off, and I'm gonna go find Tuffles. I'm mad, and I want to go find my horse.
You go find okay. So Fletcher goes to find the horse.
Hi. You guys go talk to these people.
Platt's like, what's his deal?
He's kind of been through a lot here lately. And it's, the adventuring life is kind of getting to him.
Yeah, it's these are crazy days. There is no easy way to get into Mercana right now, if that's your goal. There is rumors that there are tunnels that you can use to get in, but I don't know where there would be an entrance. But if you can find an entrance into those tunnels, you might be able to use the underground system to get into Mercana. And everybody has some of those sunburst vials on them now. You still have the shield in your mage hand. Platt kind of like turns and looks at the shield and sees the sign in the wood and everything like that, and he's like, I'm probably gonna heed that sign, but what is that?
Cursed shields.
Love that.
Nerissa's like the mage hand's like, yeah. Like
he like turns and looks at the like shield walls. He's like, pretty appropriate.
I was thinking so too. Yeah, it's weak to radiant damage, so it's good that you have stuff to enchant things. I was thinking like we could like build like a cage or containment unit of some sort for it and like cast radiance on it or something somehow. So one of these radiant vials might be really helpful for that somehow. I'm not sure. I'm gonna tinker with things maybe.
Okay, yeah. It's a good strategy. Has anybody tried to destroy it?
Well, this was what was left after we destroyed the thing. No.
Okay.
No, we haven't yet.
Okay. Okay. I don't really know where to what to do from there. I cursed shields are not my area of expertise.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe destroying it is a good idea. I hadn't thought of it, quite frankly. So.
Rosalia is the one that speaks up, finally getting past calm. She has figured out that while this like pest didn't really eat normally before, it still doesn't now. But seeing the trick that the like the illusory bone worked, she has pulled out like a soup bone, and has managed to like use that to be able to guide Pest around, and she has like guided him up to her shoulder, and you watch as like he crawls onto her arm and like loses the form of a dog for a second and just becomes ooze again as she like as it like spiral crawls up her arm to her shoulder and then reincorporates into a puppy again on her shoulder holding the bone in its mouth. She's like, I understand you're freaked out about putting the shield in the bag of holding too, but I don't think we should leave it here.
Okay, I'm coming back and I have a plan.
Yeah, you got some
But continue.
horse pats in.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna go to Tuffles and I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna start breathing while petting him. I'm gonna give him an apple out of my bag. I have apples in my bag for him specifically. But before I pet him, I want to like find like a non-structural like beam because I think I've decided what I want to do. So like something that like won't break this barn down, and I just want to take my axe and just hit it so much, like go into more of a rage than I have ever gone into. Because I'm so mad. With that, I'll take a level 6 berserker and go into my first mindless rage, where I'm just like not thinking about anything at all, and I'm just gonna chop the shit out of something, and then I'm going to pet Tuffles and try to calm down.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come back to the group. So whatever you need, but I'm bonus action rage, so I'm gonna be in a rage. You guys see, I like full purple, dead. I'm like dragging my axe almost like a club as I come. I'm gonna take one of the sundial fucking vials that they gave me, uncork it with my mouth, pour it on my axe, undo the rope, and then I'm going to hit the shield with my axe.
Oh,
So I'm gonna pour the sundial shit on my axe. Bonus action rage, so I'm mad. And then I just want to hit the axe. I just want to hit it. I'm so mad. I hate all of these shadow things. They killed my whole family. None of this makes sense. I'm not getting any answers. The only information I have is some crazy man talking about cookies and a crown, and I'm fucking mad. So I'm gonna hit it.
Holy shit. Okay, give me I'm not gonna make you make an attack roll here. Give me an athletics check with advantage. Oh fuck. Okay.
And like I usually am not like, he's just full screaming.
Okay. This is
Nerissa, my slime is like on its floaty in my tank, and Nerissa's just gonna like cover its eyes. Just like, don't watch.
As I've walked by it, I'm still mad. I'll deposit bologna onto like a floaty in Nerissa's tank.
I'm just being the babysitter, shielding them from the violence.
And then I'm gonna go murder everything. Am I dead?
I mean, there's no, you did you not just gain a fucking thing that gave you an extra 40 health? Or no, that was Jesus. What was it you got again?
Will I take
40.
damage? Do I feel like I'm taking damage?
Well, it's not
Oh,
about
no.
okay, so you guys watch
'Cause
as you guys watch as this raging hulking fucking beast of a Fletcher right now rushes over with his axe guitar, uncorks this radiant, and I'm assuming you're doing the overcharge on it, like you're using 2 charges. Did you read what it did?
Well, I don't. The 2 charges, I feel like that's only if I want to cast something. I thought.
On the
And then if I take lightning damage. So the charges like only allow me to cast a spell out of the axe,
what?
I thought.
No. For the sunburst vial, you said you uncorked.
Oh
it
no,
and...
I didn't read what it did.
Okay, so one use gives you one d6 radiant damage on the roll normally, or it's making your thing radiant, but you can overcharge by dousing it, like doing 2 doses of it, and doing like extra damage, but it also makes your weapon hot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So roll a Constitution saving throw for me, and then roll a Dexterity saving throw for me, because things are happening. I need to move Fletcher back over here.
Okay, so for my Constitution saving throw is an 8, and then what was the other one you wanted?
Dexterity.
Okay, and I'm gonna use my new charm to automatically succeed on my
Con
Constitution
save?
saving throw.
Yeah, okay, so I can delete this then.
If you didn't, I was gonna give you my inspiration because this seemed important.
Well, it's not that. So the Constitution saving throw was for the extra d6 of poison damage that you would have, or fire damage, sorry, that you would have taken from your axe being like hot right now from the radiance. With the overcharge, but the 33 damage there, which you take half of, is from, you watch as he brings this like his axe is glowing with this crazy radiance from this fucking liquid, and he brings it down on the shield, and it's effortless. It's effortless. It hits against the shield. It cracks this bone like skull, cracks through the shield, and you watch as it shatters. And what you're taking is necrotic damage from the explosion that bursts out from this shield. It knocks you, Fletcher, back into the statue. Like, it knocks you way back here.
That's all fine.
Yeah.
As everybody watches that, you see the acorn amulet that I have around my neck, and I'm going to use my Grand Charm of Minor and its invincibility. When you take damage from any source as a reaction, you can reduce the damage to 0.
Okay, so you don't take any of the damage, but the explosion knocks you back.
Yeah, knock me back, but I will be taking no damage, and we'll see my like Charm of Invincibility happen.
As you like hit the
Fletcher's mad.
as you like hit the back, there's nothing left of this shield. The shield's gone. What replaces it is a temporary just shade. It looks like an old man, but it's a skeletal face that still has like the long beard attached to it, to the skull. You see it is wearing a crown that looks identical to the crown that Jesus had. It is wearing this like built shadow like shadow cast armor. It looks like it might be made of some kind of like combination of metal and obsidian. You see that it is wielding in one hand the shield, and in the other hand it's wielding this like gnarly looking sword, and you see that there's also this strange looking necklace hanging from its neck. You watch as the shield, you shattered the shield, and you watch as the shield disappears from its arm. It looks and it first regards Jesus, and then it turns and it regards Rosalia, just staring for a moment, before it makes like a sneering gesture and disappears.
Do I notice Rosalia react at all?
There's no way for her to hide this. She is visibly shaken. She looks terrified.
How far away from me is she? Can I like go comfort her?
You go, when you get close enough, she kind of flinches, and she's like, what?
No, it's just me.
She,
are you okay?
she's still kind of like backing up, and now she's backing up from that spot. She's like,
who was that?
ugh, this is all getting to be too much.
Please tell me. You know I've got your back.
She looks and she's like, I don't.
We can help. You don't have to deal with whatever you're dealing with alone.
Huh.
Whatever you're going to make happen, can I argue that there should be advantage because I previously worked on my relationship with her
Yes.
in...
Yes, absolutely.
And Fletcher just did something so cool.
I want a persuasion check here. You're trying to draw information out of her.
That's everything.
She cracks and breaks down crying. She says, you're not... Once you know the truth, you won't ever look at me the same.
You don't know that. We're here for you.
She says, that...
Are we listening to this conversation?
Yeah, this is happening, like, in real time.
Okay.
Yeah, she says...
Yeah, we
I will
didn't go
say-
off to the side or
I will
anything. I
say
just went to her.
Fletcher's not listening to this conversation. I'm just like my whole body looks like cracked glass that has like purple veins running through it, and I'm just like sitting on the ground underneath the statue after being blown, and I'm just like breathing heavy. So just so that I don't know any of this info.
I'm just gonna like hold her hands and be like, Rosie, we've been through so much together. We all have your back.
She says, that was my father.
Oh my god.
And there's some things that you need to know if you want me to be honest.
Of course.
She looks... The first thing she says is, I'm not technically alive. It's hard to explain, but my father killed me. And I don't know what brought me... I don't know what brought me
Little
back.
gasp.
Yeah.
Fletcher. I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Torgrin found me. When I came back, I was wrong. It took me a while to readjust. But he took me and we ran. When I say that my father, like that's it, that's my father. He was kind. He was kind once, at least to me, to my sisters. He became something different so quickly. And I don't think I really understood it until it was too late. Until he started the war.
What?
The war, and the war that she's referring to, you've heard talks about it before. The war is like the war with Dominion. So you guys know the basic story. Dominion, this mad king tried to spread his influence across the world, which was the reason that the guilds, like Mercana, was formed. This city of guilds was because they basically had to band together to fight back against this invasion from this evil king. She's like, if a remnant of him is here, that means my sisters are also not far behind.
Is that a good or bad thing?
That's a bad thing. That is a very bad thing.
Oh fuck!
Okay.
She looks and she
Uh-oh.
says, I didn't intend for any of this to happen, but I think these shadow monsters are my fault.
Is that why the dog is drawn to you?
I think so.
Hmm.
Whatever brought me back to life, I feel a relation to these objects. I should have said something sooner, but I felt the crown, Jesus, just like you did. I heard it talking to me too. I heard it calling for me, but then you put it on. I didn't realize what it was at first, but I get it now. These beasts are made of pieces of my father.
So we he had something else. Was it a necklace? There was the shield, the crown, and there was a necklace or something, wasn't there?
There was the shield, the crown, the necklace, the armor, and the sword.
So I bet the shadow beasts that are in each area, each of them probably have, like, because there was like the big shark guy, and now like we just fought the big. They probably each have one of those things if we're able to kill them. And then if we are able to destroy those like we destroyed the shield. Like, did you feel a difference when the shield was destroyed? I mean, other than like being terrified,
That
but like,
it didn't just feel like an illusion or like a spirit. It felt like him. It felt like he was there.
oh wow.
And I mean, maybe we did something, but I also, something feels off about that.
Mm.
It felt like he was here, Nerissa.
Do you think part of him was trapped inside the shield, and we just freed it?
I don't know.
Okay, if there are parts of him in each of these items, we definitely need to keep them apart from each other.
Yeah,
So we
I
don't
think
want
they
them
all
all
need
getting
to
back.
be. I think that they all need to be destroyed because it seems like the shield got removed from this image of him. So without the shield, he's defenseless, right? So I wonder if there's some kind of idea or thought to the power that each item has to be destroyed. That's fun. Maybe we'll just build like a laser. Or like super concentrate word of radiance into a machine that crushes each item we find.
I do like lasers.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to try, like, not right now, because obviously Fletcher just did a big thing, exploded on the ground panting, doesn't know any of this, but want to try to destroy the crown and see what happens.
I think we should probably get some more information on these things before we start destroying them all. We might
Yeah,
have, we
what if
might,
they're like containing him in like a like a prison way. Like we don't want him to be freed from the item.
Yeah.
Like, did the tether that you saw between the shield and the crown, what did that look like when the shield was destroyed?
It snapped, like it's gone now.
Oh, it snapped.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, to me that feels like it's like he can't. They're not, as long as they're not together.
Are
Or,
you guys
like-
picking anything up from the crown now?
Yeah,
Can we
is the
do
crown
like a
real
general
sad?
vibe check on the crown?
How sad is the crown that I destroyed his friend?
What, Jesus, do you open the bag?
Just like listen.
No, I leave the bag closed because I know it's gonna want to make me put it on again. I don't want to hear its thoughts today.
Can like Rosalia, like was she picking up on the crown even after it was in the bag of holding or no?
Rosalia's traumatized right now.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to go eat food and sleep and then figure out shit. I don't know. I know Fletcher is like fully destroyed, like he can't do anything for the rest of the day, so.
Well, I mean, you didn't take
And
any
we've had-
damage.
Yeah, but I was really cool. I had a whole moment. It was a whole thing. There's been a lot of growth.
You underestimate how exhausting it is to be cool. Um
Rosalia stands up and she's like, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. And once he is awake and knows that you know the truth, I'm sure Torgrin will be with us as well.
yeah, we're with you.
She's like, but I need to take a beat. That this is a lot to process.
Yeah.
She kind of like looks at the group and she's like, I'm sorry again for lying to all of you.
I get why.
And she heads to the hotel. Or, yeah. The spot where there is food and sleep.
Yeah, Fletcher's gonna like use his axe to get up. Whistle for Baloney to come back to him. And just go, well, that's that then. And I'm gonna go sit in the church.
Okay.
I think he needs to like go sit for a minute. I'm just gonna turn to the group and be like, yeah, I'm gonna like dust myself off and be like, well, that's that then. I'll be in there if you need me. And he's just gonna turn to go, I guess, unless anyone talks to him.
Keterin Barley would be like, oh, like, I'll head back with you, please.
I would like that.
Yeah, and he'll walk off with you, leaving Jesus, Nerissa, and Brunk. What are you guys doing?
Brunk's probably gonna roam around the town, go check on the people that were in the bunker. Let them know that it seems like it's okay for them to come out for right now.
Oh, they would in within that like half hour of time they did come out. They were out and checking on their various places to make sure things didn't get messed up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh no, that's fine. That's at the moment. That's probably. I don't know what else I'll do at the moment.
Nerissa would like to go check out the church, so I'm just gonna crawl my way over there. I'm not religious, but she's very curious, especially with how prominent radiant damage seems to be, and like the connection between like clerics and radiant damage and stuff. So I guess she wants to like go to like check it out and like learn and like investigate, but like not in like a sleuthy way, just in a
Yeah. I mean, like
yeah.
again, like Ketamine Barley is there, and if you posited that to him, like, oh yeah, like I need to know your connection between you and the Radiance, he'd be like, well, it's not so much a connection between me and the Radiance as it is a connection between me and Kelimvor.
No, I'm not gonna ask like that, but like I am happy to be like, so like what do you believe it is that causes like the radiance to be channeled through like that sort of belief? Because like any cleric has access to like radiant damage, right? So like in theory, like lots of different like religions and denominations and such can have that. So it's not just the one god that causes radiance. So it's something about that belief and connection to a god, right?
But
And like I'm just gonna like have like I just want to have that kind of conversation. Not really like in like I said, I'm not like trying to be like sleuthy or like sneaky about it. I'm just curious about that connection.
I mean, I can't, I don't know how to explain that. Like um, I believe it is a reward for worship, for belief. Um, to exist, gods require belief as much as we need, or not so much a need, but like we like it's an exchange. We worship and we praise them, and in return they keep us safe.
That's that's pretty beautiful actually. Um is there anything in your religious practice that you channel that through? Like any physical items here in the church that like that connection or power is channeled through?
He like holds up his holy symbol. He's like, I mean, yes. I mean, our magic can be channeled through through objects, as most spellcasters. Um, but I don't. I guess I don't need it to channel those spells. I it is Nerissa, you are asking a very spiritual question that I'm not sure that I'm equipped to answer. In that, like, I don't like for me it was when I decided to take this path, Kelimvor spoke to me. It wasn't, it wasn't a pact or anything like that. It was an understanding, and in that way, I knew my place on this side of the plane.
Okay.
It's in a way that I and I guess in general for clerics or those of faith, I guess it's a resonance with what that god represents, for instance, Brunk's god is Cord. So you've seen in practice how his magic works and how it very much aligns with that kind of faith and strength. Whereas our understanding and our kind of connection with Kellenborg comes from an understanding of suffering and an acknowledgement of death, not as a negative force, but something that maintains balance. And in that understanding and in that conversation of our belief is an appreciation that is returned from our God to us to be able to do those things, to be able to cast radiant spells, to be able to hurt those who would try to hurt our flock, so to speak.
Okay. Okay, that's really interesting. Thank you, Ketterman. The reason I'm asking is I was thinking maybe since the radiance is connected to that holy connection, that's a little redundant, but you know what I mean. I wonder if there's some way to harness that power in these holy places to create protection for the people that live in the various areas and maybe help defeat these shadow creatures that are plaguing the land.
A conduit of radiance.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking such a pointed and peculiar line of questions. I don't mean to worry or confuse you.
He's like, I'm not worried, not even confused. I understand. You give me a night to pray on this and see if I can get a line of communication with Kellenvor.
Okay.
These shadows are unnatural and aren't just affecting us, they're affecting everyone. And I'm sure the gods are probably in some form of agreement that, maybe that is something that might be something we can do. A radiant conduit.
Yeah. I don't expect you to have an answer, obviously. It was just an idea that I had, and well, being an artificer, that's the sort of thing I like to tinker with. So if there's any way I can help with that, I'm happy to. I don't really know anything about it myself. I just had the idea.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing idea. Like I said, let me pray on it, and maybe we can work together to make something.
Okay. Wonderful. And I'm gonna shake his hand.
Yeah, you'll shake your hand as well. He'll say,
Very firm handshake. I like that.
Please come back to the church anytime.
Thank you. I will.
Brunk, you said you were kind of roaming around and checking out on the townsfolk. Is there anyone that you speak to in particular? Oh, you're muted.
I probably will check in with Captain Crunch and the two foxes, just to kind of get an impression of like what their plans are, where they're planning on going from here.
When you get to the wrestling ring, Captain Crunch is like actively like getting them to try and like tackle him. And he's like, they've got their shields raised, and he's like, "All right, boys, come at me." You watch as he like kind of like he's basically using them for training after he's been healing. Like one like goes to like tackle him with the shield, and he grabs like the whole like the shield with his claws and like throws them back.
Okay.
He stands tall as you come over, and he's like, hello, lad. We haven't had a chance to properly meet.
You're Captain Crunch, yes?
You've heard of me.
I think I heard your name whenever they were bringing you into the city, yes.
Captain Horatio Magellan Crunch at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Likewise.
I had some recent experience sailing myself.
Oh, have you now?
Yeah, we were, and I forget names. I'd have to go back and look at the map. Are we still in combat here?
Oh, sorry, you shouldn't be. I can end combat here.
I was just curious. I was about to click on the top of the map, and I was like, wait a minute, there's no thing for me to click on there. I was gonna look at that. I was gonna load the world map. Yeah, so we brought our ship into Tremala down there and spent a little time down there, and then we grabbed a couple quests, some jobs that needed to be done, stopped by the Oasis down south, and then we were trying to get to Marcana and got sidetracked to Rotcroft here because of the shadow stuff.
Aye, yes.
And creatures. So where were you coming from?
I have been ferrying people back and forth to get to the western part of the continent. We originally come from Port Farron, but after a run-in with the cleaning crew, the Rotcroft's crew, Rottooth's crew, I ended up here. I ended up learning. I'm a part of the wrestling federation, the Rotcroft Wrestling Federation, and also, Frida and I have a bit of a thing going on. We haven't really put a name on it yet, but yeah. Anyway, I have been ferrying people across a safe part just beyond the forest barrier to be able to get people back and forth between Port Farron and Mercana. And I was on my way back to Mercana when I was chased by those shadow hounds. The only thing I could think of was to head back to the safest place I know and come to Rotcroft. But I fear I may have just led some of those things back here.
Well, I mean, I kind of get the impression that maybe they're I don't know if they're just necessarily coming specifically for you, as much as they're just trying to come for everybody right now.
Aye, that's true.
Sorry, I was getting some important information from above.
Excellent. Yeah. Of course.
My goddaughter's graduation is high school graduation is tomorrow, but with weather and stuff, they may be changing the time. Fun stuff.
I see.
Anyway, so what are your plans from here? Are you going back to Port Farron, or?
No, I heard that Frida is in trouble, so I will be heading north.
Well, I mean, I suspect there's a chance that you might have some company going that way. I mean, they are a fellow cleaning crew after all. We may have to go assist them or rescue them. What can you tell me about the lay of the land here? I've been away for a little bit. I just kind of curious about current events beyond the shadow creatures.
I mean, the shadow creatures are the most current event. There is, I guess, a civil war happening.
Is there any guild news from Mercana? Anything like that?
So I know that your guildmaster, Clean, is still I believe he has woken up, but in a regressive state. The walls that are up around the forest, we fear it may be that the shadows have touched the forest as well. We were dealing with a conflict that started, the prince, the tiger prince, had died or disappeared or was attacked, and they began getting aggressive and retaliating around the time that the shadows appeared. And as far as I know, I've had to ferry people because there hasn't been a resolution. Anybody from the cleaning crew has been met with violence who have tried to interfere. And we haven't heard any communication from the north. As far as I know, Frida and Rottooth and Gleed and Obertus went north to figure out what was going on, but we haven't heard back from them.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's at least something.
We've also lost communication with Aaron Elnor beyond the mountains.
Okay.
It's a heavily
In the forest.
Yeah, heavily forested.
We sailed
area.
back. I think we sailed past that on our way here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you guys saw like shadow, like some kind of shadow things there. I think it was like when we were close enough, you saw like shadowy hands or something on the shore.
Okay. Um. Okay then. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to. Well, get some rest first. I mean, ugh, that fight took a lot out of me. Um. I might need to go pray on some things and seek some guidance.
I think we all need a bit of guidance at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you pray for me too?
Oh, of course. You know, Cord likes anybody who enjoys a little physical activity.
He's
I
like,
get the impression.
really? He's like,
Yeah,
so perhaps you would like to wrestle then? And he like, you watch as he like rips off the jacket that he's got on, and like spritz what appears to be some kind of like slime acid on his chest and like rubs it on his chest, and he's like, let's do this.
Oh, what the heck?
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Oh Jesus! Oh God! You have he rolled a crit.
Yeah.
He rolled a crit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's get it. Yeah. Yeah, I got bent over backwards there. Got thrown around the ring.
Yeah, you're not
Suplexed, probably.
You're not sure where a table appeared, but he like picks you up and throws you through a table. He's like, "That's right, still the champ."
and I like literally like, and for real, it's not like a fake pro wrestling thing. It's like literally like, oh hell, my back. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so out of practice. Crunch, I can see why they call you Crunch. Oh,
yeah,
I might need to crunch a few vertebrae here.
He like full arm like grabs your arm and like lifts you up onto your feet, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, lad, I overdid it."
That's okay. I agreed to it.
If once things settle down and we start getting the wrestling matches going again, I'd love a rematch once you've had a little room to practice.
Yeah. We can probably do that. Sure.
He's like, well, I mean, if you need to practice, maybe I should give you this then. And he gives you do you remember the collapsible wrestling ring?
From the first set, from the previous thing?
The one that
Rotcroft
had created?
Right.
He gives you a version of that.
Okay.
So you now have a collapsible wrestling ring. He's like, challenge people to fights, get some practice. And then when you're ready, come and challenge the king. And he like kind of looks around for a second. You watch as he's like kind of like glancing back and forth as if he's like waiting for somebody to say something. He's like, yeah, wrestling king. Jesus, you're the last person who hasn't really talked to anyone yet. Are you having a conversation with anyone in particular or doing anything in particular at this moment? As everyone kind of like splits off?
There's not really anybody that I'm interested in talking to, so I think I'm just gonna head up to my room just to prepare for the end of the night kind of thing. But when I'm up in my room, I am gonna just kind of crack open the bag of holding to see if I could hear what the crown has to say. Just away from everybody.
Really?
Yeah. I want to make sure I do it in a spot where I'm not gonna accidentally murder everybody.
Okay, you go off to a quiet spot and open the bag, and you do hear whispers immediately as you open that bag. Are you touching the crown again, or like what how are you interacting with it beyond, like, you do hear whispers but you don't hear like clear instructions or communication or anything?
Okay. I just wanted to hear if there's any whispers related to us destroying the shield.
No, the whispers are incoherent.
Okay, then I'm just gonna close up the bag again and just put it out of my mind for the night and just go to bed.
Okay. Fletcher, you are sitting in the church, kind of winding down. Ketterman Barley actually kind of like lets you sit somewhere that where you feel most comfortable and then leaves you to your peace. He's like, I'm here if you need me, but I also recognize that you might need some space and time to reflect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quietly just say that should have killed me.
I'm sorry?
The the shield, what I just did, it should have killed me, and then I'll touch my acorn necklace.
He
The
looks
power, I felt it.
he looks at the necklace and then looks back at you and he's like, sounds like faith.
Yeah, I don't think he really has a response for that. He's just gonna sit. I think he just like needs a minute to reflect. And what he's like, what he's doing in this moment is really thinking about the order of the shade tree, or the order of the shade tail, and like the magic wizards that gave him his power. That he's like and he's just like kind of all reflecting on that and his home as he's sitting here.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that
Yeah, and then I think also the last thing he's gonna do is just while he's like calmed down, I'm going to um find a holy relic that like won't be missed. um but what I want to do is I want to find a wooden holy relic or like a piece of one that I can take, and I want to whittle it. And I want to whittle it into the shape of an acorn.
yeah, I mean, like you're looking for what would be like holy wood, right?
Yeah, like think like old wood crucifix that won't be noticed if it goes missing. Something along the lines of that. Like something that's like maybe a wooden piece of of a holy structure, or something that's here in the thing. That I don't want to destroy things, like I don't want to fully destroy, but maybe just like break a piece off of something.
Do you ask Ketterman Barley or do you just like try and take something?
No, I'll ask Ketterman if he has any things that are broken that are no use to him anymore. Maybe like an older model of a he's got the newer model of the crucifix in. I want like last year's version. Like, one that's out of season.
He does. They don't do crucifixes in this religion, but he does. He says, "We do have." So when we first built this structure, it was much smaller. We did decide to expand very quickly, and I do have some of the old materials still that are blessed, as as the rest of the building was. So you're more than welcome to use those. And he would have like stacks of like maybe like a like pressed wood that you'd be able to use to whittle what you'd like to make.
Yeah, I want to make 3 things, so I will take enough to do that. So
Yep.
like whatever block of wood, they're like little trinkets.
Yeah.
And I'll say thank you. If there's anything that I can do around here to aid you for in return for your kindness, please let me know.
Of course.
And I'm just gonna go find a quiet place and will for a while.
Okay. I think at this point then, everybody can take a long rest. And here we'll take like a 5 or 10 minute break before we conclude the session. Take a quick break, grab like a drink, go to the washroom, do all that fun stuff, and then we'll be back and we'll do a little stuff, a little setting up for our next session.
Cool.
Long rest, yeah. Okay, everybody's back. You're able to take like an 8-hour rest, which takes you into what you would think is the late evening, but you're not sure because it is still super dark all around. I'm assuming everybody went like in that 8-hour period. I know like you were like you were whittling in the or Fletcher's whittling in like the church or in a quiet area. Did everybody else go to rest at the inn, or did everybody kind of like rest separated as well?
I would have shown up for dinner, so I would have gone back to the tavern or inn or whatever where I could get food.
I think there's probably not so much a feast, but like a gathering. Like the town meets at the at the inn, and there is a feast waiting for you guys. Like it's specifically thrown for you to celebrate you guys saving them.
Trevor, come here. Trevor, come over here. Go get me my rope. I'm gonna send Trevor to go get my things that I left outside.
You keep saying Trevor and nobody is answering you.
You, Trevor, I'm just gonna keep yelling and pointing at him. Are you sure your name is not Trevor?
Finn looks at goes, "Are you talking to me?"
Yes, obviously. Can you please go get my rope?
No.
gonna flash purple and intimidate this motherfucker to go get my rope.
Roll an intimidation.
I just destroyed a shield and took no damage. Everyone in this village should fear me as I am a god. Like,
First of all,
I'm just
hold
saying.
on. Finish what's in your mouth, please, before you continue. Please don't talk with your mouth full.
Everyone saw me take no damage after I destroyed this evil shadow thing, and none of them fear me? That's ridiculous.
Roll an intimidation.
Yeah, wow. I'm not scary. I'm a little tiny gnome.
Yeah, he kind of like looks down at you and goes, "No, go get it yourself."
Fine.
He's like, "Thanks for saving the town, but like, we're not your slaves, dude." There is a nice dinner for you guys, though. Everybody, including the newcomers, are there. And there's kind of like it is celebratory but solemn. Like, everybody is a little freaked out about what happened. Their defenses are still down. Ketterman Barley brings the idea of that like kind of beacon of radiance to the attention of everybody, and they're like, Nerissa had this great idea. I prayed on it, and I think Nerissa, if you can figure out a mechanical component, I think me and Finn and Jeremiah together might be able to imbue it with enough of a blessing to have a lasting effect, or something that we can top up. If you can work with Barry to make like an actual physical structure, then we can probably take care of the rest.
Amazing. I can definitely do that.
And we thank you. The idea to thank you for the idea.
Of course.
We should have the materials available, so it's all at this point. It's just you coming up with whatever concept, and we'll work.
Fantastic.
We'll follow your lead.
Thank you.
Captain Crunch is primarily focused. He's like, I don't know what the rest of you are doing, but I'm not sticking around. I know, Finn, you're probably going to stay here. Fennec, what about you? And Fennec says, you know what? If you're going, I'm not going to let you go alone, Captain. I'll go with you. So Fennec is going to go with Captain Crunch to the Castle of Brom. Lyle and Gregory say we were told to come here primarily to help, but also we need to go to the manor, to Silver Manor. We need to check on their guardian there, and to see if everything is safe. Ellie, you're muted.
What's going on at Silver Manor?
That's what we're going to check. So the crew, the Rottooth and the crew, when they found the place, apparently it was like run down, and they fixed it up, and there is some kind of person that is there that they can't leave, like they're tied to the place.
Oh.
Yeah, her name is Silver, and they named the manor after her.
Okay.
So we're gonna follow instructions and head that way next. Now that we know that it's safe here, and check if she's safe and see if we can help.
Of course.
Platt will say, I'm gonna stay. Like I said, I'm gonna stay here and see what I can do to help to get the barrier, or to get the shield wall fixed. And I'm willing to help work on this project. If you guys can create something that can keep these beasts out, might be something that I can also work on getting the word spread so that we can get it to other places in Rudalius.
That's exactly what I'm hoping.
All right, I had mouthful. Either of these places they just mentioned up north, just because I don't have the map. Is any of that close to Irongrave? Irongrave Village, or out of any of the places that they mentioned close to Irongrave Village?
The island that Irongrave is on is like parallel to the Kingdom of Brahm. Hold on, I'll bring everybody to the map here. So you'll see the Kingdom of Brahm to the north, and then to the east of that is Irongrave Village and one of the Divine Dungeons.
Oh, okay. Past the farm.
Right, and Silver Manor is like right next to Mercana. It's just a little.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a little place like directly west of Mercana.
And there's no because there's no way to get into Mercana at the moment. I'm curious what's happening with Orla and Tuffles and the people that we were supposed to bring to Mercana. Like, there's no physical way to get them into Mercana to fulfill that contract. So what happens with that?
I mean, your goal is to like your mission still is to get them to Mercana.
Okay.
Platt can like jump some people over, but he can't get everybody through, and he won't be able to jump the robot over.
Yeah, so I think I'll just go up to that group if they haven't already like been abreast, and just kind of update them on the situation, and probably suggest that they stay here until it's safe, and then we'll come back for them. Question mark to the team.
Do we have to get them all over there?
Yes. And like Reyna won't leave Xenon, and Xenon can't just be jumped over into Mercana with Platt's ability, so you need another way to get them there. Orla and Obmi aren't willing to leave them. They also want to see the mission through, and they need to get into Mercana to figure out what they're going to do next.
And Tuffles can't go through the underground tunnels, I'm assuming.
Tuffles could probably go through the underground tunnels. I don't see why a horse couldn't.
Okay.
It could be dangerous.
I didn't know.
It could be dangerous for Tuffles, but
Tuffles must remain safe at all costs.
Now there is like Platt did say that there is the possibility of those tunnels if you can find an entrance. And Orla and them are like, they're determined, like that's probably the way they want to go. Like if you can find these tunnels, like they believe you can get them through it.
Yeah, is there anybody who was here at the founding of? So just so I understand, because it's from last campaign, the structure that we are, like the well and the houses and stuff, was that all here
when you came last time, or were those built up into Rotcroft after since the last time the adventuring party has been here?
The old Orncroft was just like a couple of buildings. The well is the only original structure from the old Orncroft before it was Rotcroft. Everything else is new. But they kept in they replaced the well, like they replaced it with like one that wasn't so run down, but that tunnel that well system is an old part of things.
Yeah, I'm wondering, and I mean, you guys can tell me what, but I'm curious if there is a tunnel at the bottom of the well somehow, like maybe is that worth it? I was going to try to ask someone if they had any like maps or anything or like old blueprints of this place where we could try to find if there were any tunnel systems.
Nobody would have anything like that. But
Yeah.
now that you're asking other people about it, Niles looks and says, "Oh well, what about the basement?"
Tell me more.
These guys are talking about Silver Manor. When they got the place, there were like, what were they called? They were like some kind of like goblin creatures and like an ogre-like creature in their basement. And it had blocked it off, but they had it cleared out.
I'm gonna yell over to Goblin Expert. Goblin Expert, do you know of any? Have you heard tales of this?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they brought us one of their bodies. Yeah, it was goblin-like. It wasn't quite a goblin, but it was kind of a goblin, if that makes sense. Same kind of family.
And there were tunnels under the manor.
There is some kind of. Well, it looks like there is some kind. Or from what I've been told, from what I've heard, because Niles will say, "Yeah, I was just on the phone with Rottooth when it was happening, or like before it happened." Also, don't piss off Silver. She's terrifying. And not interested in goblins. Just so you know.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I was on the phone with him before they went down there, and he did. I think he told us a little bit about it afterwards. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a tunnel entryway in the basement, or at least like a cave or something, because the goblins came in that way.
Good to know. Thank you, Niles.
Is anybody asking any other questions or trying to glean any other information at dinner?
No, I'm probably just eating and exploring every item that's here, looking for anything that's unique and interesting, new to the palate.
I think most of the stuff that's available, like, yeah, you did eat there when you arrived as well. It's mostly simple things. No special ingredients or anything like that.
Can I do an investigation check for Ein's nuts?
For Ein, what?
Brunk was gonna make me trail mix, and there were Ein's nuts, and then he didn't find them, so I was gonna go try to find them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, go ahead and try and find these nuts. That's a good roll. You find a small glass container filled with, or not filled, probably about like half full of crushed Ein's nuts. That is like tucked and like it's behind boxes and stuff, like at the very back of a cupboard.
Yeah, I'll climb up the cupboard. I'll try to climb up the cupboard and then maybe go find Bronk to lift me after I realize I can't reach it. Pick me up. Pick me up.
Uppies.
Puppies. Yeah, if I successfully get them, I will bring them to Bronk. I'll like also try to like grab a bunch of like dried fruits, and like salty snacks, and put them all in the jar, with the nuts, and then I will bring it to Brunk. Put it down in front of him and say, "Trail mix." I thought, thank you for offering your kindness earlier to me when I had a moment, and I'll pass the bottle forward.
Brunk, I think you're muted.
I will take his offered items and be like, sure, I will. There, let's get that stuff mixed up there, and I'll get all the ingredients pulled out, and we'll kind of get a bag mixed up, and then I'm going to dip into the Hayward's spice sack and get some. Maybe a little like seasoned salt type of thing in there.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What are we got nuts in there? What else we got in there? Like dried
Yeah, I grabbed
fruits?
some like dried fruits. We need like something like sweet. We need like a the world's version of a Smartie or M&M. Like, and
Well, how about some instead of like instead of something salty, how about like cinnamon sugar mixed together,
yeah,
kind of tossed in there with it?
Yeah.
That sounds better. Much better. Get it in there, sprinkle it in there, get it all tossed and shaken around. Say, here, try this out.
Fletcher
But
will
don't leave it
ask-
open. That's how you get
Okay.
ants.
Yes, well, don't I know about ants? Let me tell you. And he'll take a bite, and then just like upon having like an Ein's nut, just like a single tear just will roll down his cheek, tighten it up, and be like, "This is a great gift, thank you."
You're welcome.
Nerissa, do you want to try this? I'll just like kind of go back.
I feel like I had an Archer moment there. It's like, do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Yeah.
And with making the trail mix, that'll lead you past your the long rest with food and merriment and kind of like an uplifting moment there, which kind of leads you to a crossroads here. After everything is settled, like Captain Crunch is impatient. He is like gearing up and getting ready to go. He's like, it was a very nice meeting all of you. I need to go save my lady, so me and Fennec are heading out. And you have a choice to make. You can accompany Captain Crunch to the north, to the Kingdom of Brom, or you can go with Lyle and Gregory to Silver Manor to the west, along with the group to fulfill your obligation to get them to Mercana.
I kind of feel like I want to get the group to their destination, but I really feel like we need to talk Crunch into maybe waiting. Say, like, listen, man, I know you want to go up, want to go that way, and I feel like I want to do that too. But we want to get these people to where they're supposed to be. I really would like for you to wait for us, so we can all make that trip together. It's dangerous to go alone. You should take us.
Crunch says, I appreciate you, but I mean, now that we know a little bit more about these shadows and have these vials to be able to help us to take them on, I'm not worried about getting there. If there is something going on and Frida needs backup, I'm going to be there to help her. And I can't wait for you. Every second counts.
Do these guys also have communication crystals?
They do.
Can we exchange numbers so they can reach us as soon as possible with information and updates and if they need help?
You can't, like, yeah, you can absolutely exchange numbers, but the communication crystals aren't working right now. So in order to be able to communicate with them once they're gone, you'll need to get the network back online.
Oh, yeah.
Can I
Where's the
do
network
some
base?
kind of? Can I do some kind of nature check, like climb in a tree and like find a carrier pigeon? Like, can I just like find like a friendly bird or something? Like,
You climb up a tree to try and find a carrier pigeon. And as you do, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
absolutely, would love to.
Oh. I feel like this is probably going to be one of the ones you wish you missed.
No, I'm gonna die.
Because, no, you, Fletcher, you're looking for a bird, and you do see the beating of wings, but it's much higher, past the tree line and past the wall, the shield wall. High up, you see the beating of wings, and in your eye just catch the vision of what appears to be a dragon, but made completely of shadow.
And that's in over near. Do I see it towards Mercana or towards the north?
You see, it looks like it came from Mercana's direction, but it is flying up and it is heading east. Northeast.
Okay, I'm terrible with directions. Which way is that?
It's headed towards like where Irongrave Village would be.
Okay, so heading up towards where Captain Crunch is going.
But like farther east.
Farther east. Okay.
But in that general direction, yeah. It looks like it's like you see it for a quick second before you lose it across that sight line, and it's headed in that direction, like the northeast. And
I'll climb back down.
With you seeing that that's where we're going to end session for tonight.
Great. There be dragons, friends.
The shadows have learned how to fly. And
Don't like that.
I know you said you decided that you're going to continue like level 6 berserker barbarian, so make sure you update your character sheet.
Yes.
When we come back next week, you know, the heat is on in so many different ways, but like it sounds like you guys are going to fulfill your obligation and go to Mercana, so we'll see how things go next session, which won't be next week. We're going to be off for Memorial Day weekend, but we will be on the week after. So I think that's it for now. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. We love every single one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and as always, power to the players. Have a great night. And for you guys, another 10 points on your points cards.